Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. It's hot out, and we have solar flares, another train derailment, and this is no longer the nation's most popular major for college students. That's all coming up. Then Bill will be here with your message of the day. But first, it is hot. Death Valley hit 128 degrees. It just missed 130, which would have tied the highest temperature observed worldwide in the past 90 years. Heat advisories, excessive heat warnings, and watches in 14 states. For the first time on record, an excessive heat warning issued for Miami over the weekend. Dangerously hot conditions with a heat index value up to 112 were expected. It's hitting Europe too. Summer is what's hitting. One island in Italy hit 117 degrees, almost Europe's all-time record. Rome's record was 105, hit 108. China had its hottest temperature ever, 126. And to add to our problems, the strongest category of solar flares could be emitted this week. Scientists in Russia and America observed 3 solar flares. They're called X-class flares. Solar flare is an explosion on the surface of the sun. Could last for minutes, could last for hours. One solar flare has so much energy in it, it could power the entire United States for 1 million years. And you're thinking, well, that's going to make us really hot. It actually doesn't. It affects internet outages and satellites and other technology, but it doesn't affect the temperature. A 40-car freight train derailed in eastern Pennsylvania on Monday, just north of Philadelphia, 20 cars off the track. One of them had hazardous materials, but no reports of anything leaking out yet. It was back in February when that train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, and that controlled burn. But one of the problems with the news is once something's out of the news, people don't care about it anymore. For decades, about 20% of bachelor's degrees were given to teachers, people going to college to become teachers. Today, not so much. Back in 1971, 21% of college grads were in education. Today, it's 4%. Schools in all 50 states have reported teacher outages. One reason why the dip is so drastic, it's believed that women have more career options than in the 70s. The number one most popular college major today, business. I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. Bill O'Reilly is here with your message of the day. Next.
The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped 20%, and this year could be worse. You are right to be worried. So please call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I have been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Tuesday in the summer of 1967, I worked as a water safety instructor for the town of Babylon, Long Island, New York. In the confines of that town, about 40 miles east of New York City, lies Gilgo Beach, which I know well. Classic summer spot full of surfers and families. Snack bar that's been there for 70 years. A few beach houses. Gilgo has a California vibe. Frankie and Annette could have shot their beach movies there. The area is beautiful seascape that at one time epitomized summer innocence. Now it's haunted forever. Between 1996 and 2011, a serial killer planted at least 10 bodies along the barrier island where Gilgo is. Most were sex workers. In the winter, depositing corpses in the dense scrub east of the beach would have been easy. No one around. Few people ever go into the scrub. Now, last week, police arrested 59-year-old Rex Heuermann for some of the Gilgo murders. It took more than a decade, but DNA science finally got him. Heuermann says he didn't do it. However, my analysis is the opposite. He's entitled to a defense, but I believe he'll eventually confess. He has a wife, a grown daughter, and a special needs son. More victims. Their lives are damaged forever. This story demonstrates that evil takes many forms. No one is immune from it. It appears at random. Stay alert. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Okay, let's go to the mail. Jorge Torres. Hodgkin, Georgia. I'm angry and depressed with FBI. Angry no one has paid a price for the corruption. And I'm depressed because I come from Cuba, where the totalitarian regime is doing what the FBI does. I feel like America is becoming another Cuba. Good letter, Jorge. James Sordy, Greentown, Pennsylvania. I was an NYPD supervisor of investigations for more than 13 years. I thought the FBI was corrupt when I was in office, but nothing was done about it 25 years ago. Today, I'm furious about their corruption. Oh, my. But Chris Christie thinks that Ray's doing a good job. Jason Cope, Mountain Home, Arkansas. As someone who read Killing the Mob, I believe Christopher Wray's FBI is vastly more dangerous than J. Edgar Hoover's FBI. Hoover was the problem. All right, one guy back in Killing the Mob. And if you want to know about the FBI, that's a book to read. Wray is a problem, but there's a lot of other problems. That's the difference. Ed Wayranch, Austin, Texas. On the No Spin News, you listed several corrupt acts by the FBI, including lying to the FISA court. What did the FISA judge do about it? Nothing. Judges very rarely do they make public statements. They should have, but I don't know of one FISA judge that did. Leo, if huge numbers of our citizens don't care if the FBI is corrupt, then the crazies have won. We can all sing Bye-Bye Miss American Pie. A lot of apathy. A lot of people don't even know it. They're not paying attention. Concierge member Wayne, thank you, Wayne. Democrat politicians are fine with corruption as long as it serves their ends. I think that's accurate, but it's Republicans too, not just Democrats. In a moment, something you might not know. If booking your timeshare has been difficult in the past, you know it's been almost impossible lately. Most clients are shocked to learn that their timeshare is now available to the public, severely limiting booking options. Many owners are upset their yearly dues have nearly doubled during this maintenance fee season. For well over a decade, this family-owned company has had the pleasure of helping more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out of their timeshare fees. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and more than 900 5-star testimonials, Lone Star Transfer is a company you can trust. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. So please call my friends today for a free, no-obligation consultation at 855-551-7066, 855-551-7066, or online at LoneStarTransfer.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 54 years ago today, one of the most prominent politicians in America wrecked his car after a barbecue in eastern Massachusetts. The senator did not report the deadly crash for 10 hours. Here's the story of Ted Kennedy and Chappaquiddick. On July 18, 1969, most Americans huddled around the TV set to watch the Apollo 11 lunar landing. But in New England, Kennedy and his cousin were hosting a cookout on Chappaquiddick Island, part of Martha's Vineyard. The party was a reunion for staffers of the slain Robert Kennedy's 1968 presidential campaign. Bobby was Ted's older brother, as you know. Following his assassination 1 year earlier, Ted Kennedy assumed the family's presidential ambitions. By 1969, Teddy was elected majority whip in the U.S. Senate, was an early frontrunner for the 72 Democratic presidential nomination. Around 11 p.m., Kennedy, a married man, left the party with 28-year-old Mary Jo Kopechne. While driving down a beach road, Ted went off that road, flipped his Oldsmobile off a wooden bridge and into a stream. The senator escaped the car. Mary Jo did not. The senator quietly returned to his hotel room, changed his clothes, and incredibly went to sleep. At 9:45 the next morning, 10 hours later, Kennedy reported the accident to local police. Mary Jo Kopechne's body was removed from the underwater wreckage. She had drowned. The incident became a worldwide scandal. While Kennedy vehemently denied he was drunk or having an affair with the woman, he ultimately pleaded guilty to leaving the scene of an accident. He received a 2-month suspended sentence. The fix was in. The death of Mary Jo Kopechne ended Kennedy's presidential prospects, however. George McGovern went on to win the Democratic Party's nomination in 1972, followed by Jimmy Carter in 1976. And here's something else you might not know. Edward Kennedy remained in the Senate until his death in 2009. The value of Mr. Kennedy was to his party as an elder statesman, and Massachusetts voters did not reject him. Kennedy died at his home in Hyannisport from brain cancer. It was 20 miles from the scene of the accident. Back after this. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.